Mike, you're in the Air Force.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I was active duty initially, and then I've been in the reserves and guard ever since. I came in just after Desert Storm. My most current one right now, I'm at Rammesstine Air Force Base in Germany.
Okay.
Before that, I was deployed to Travis Air Force Base in California. It's not really like a normal deployment, but we were still in support of like this job that we do. You're taking these guys all the way from where they might have gotten injured all the way back to their home duty station. So you're still technically in support of the operation by getting them back to their final destination, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. So then before this job, I was a firefighter in the Air Force as well. So the other 3 deployments that I had, I was a firefighter. So one of those was in Sib, is the name of so that's in the country of Oman.
Okay.
And then I was in UAE, and then Saudi Arabia for the other ones.
Where is your relationship with Christ right now? Where's your faith? Where's your family's faith?
It's in a good place. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit harder, I think, with the current climate, because everything's closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still there.
Tell me what faith in the military, kind of on that ground zero frontline life, what's that been like for you?
Well, to be honest, the military does a pretty good job, I think, of trying to make that available to you.
Okay.
So they've got a good chaplain service, and even if they're not the same denomination as you, they're always available for you, like to talk to them. And they do have services that are available if you want to go to them, and they're always available for you to talk to them as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So current crisis, what role are you playing right now?
So the role that I'm in, I'm the superintendent of my squadron. So I'm kind of responsible for helping just about everybody.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of a first sergeant.
Sure.
I kind of play that role a little bit, but I'm kind of responsible for getting people here, getting them out of here. But I do still fly a little bit and do the regular job as well, but more in like a supervisory role.
Air Force, how are our troops? How are our soldiers?
Everybody that's here, and most of the things that I've heard is everything's pretty good.
Okay.
So I can't tell you something else interesting that they're doing here. The Air Force has a unit they call it a TIS, TIS.
Okay.
It's a transport isolation system. They developed it for Ebola a few years back in order to transport these patients with Ebola, and they never did use it on one of those patients. But now they've figured out that they can use it for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So they've actually flown the first ever mission with one of those patients using this system, and we were kind of involved in it here. So it's kind of groundbreaking. As
you're over there in Rammesstine, as you're in Germany, you're away from your family, all of those types of things. How are you making sense of all this from a faith perspective?
Well, it's kind of difficult. We've never seen anything like this. I saw myself coming on this deployment. I was like, oh, I'm going to do this deployment, and it's going to be normal. It's going to be this, and then here I am in the middle of a global pandemic that we've never seen before. I just try to stay positive, take care of my people, because that's really all I can do.
So it sounds like your faith has always been kind of a faith of I want to do what I feel God is calling me to do to help people. And that's
right.
Kind of where you're at right now.
Yeah, and if I can help these people, it makes me feel better and hopefully helps them as well.
How can we, Mike, back here in Santa Claus pray for you, support you, and help you? Anything that we can do, any ways we can pray?
Well, I would just say, pray for the troops and pray for those guys down there that we're having to go take care of.
Yeah.
Because that's the guys, you know, we're all doing okay here, but our job is to get those guys out of harm's way and get them to the care that they need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, on behalf of the church here in Santa Claus, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you're doing, for what you have done. And we just pray God's blessings on you, brother.